Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer channel episode, or rather, Talk of the Crown episode 26, I will have you know. And we're going to start today with a yellow fan flap because I think it's been a very voluptuous week and I hope you've all had a fantastic week too. I want to go straight to the chat room because obviously we have so much to talk about. It's been a very exceedingly busy royal week, what with Meghan launching her solo cookbook and all the different royal engagements going on. It's been so hard to keep up. How have you managed? How have you managed to keep up? Let's start with the hellos. So hello to Maslas. Good afternoon. Susan G, Rosemary Chaplet, Dion, Charlotte, Sandy, Cindy, Cheryl, Sheila Bloom, Charlotte Bellix, Book Princess, Olivia, Margaret, Rodney, Vicky P. You're all here today, yay. Scott Goff is here too. And Kathy G is here too. And Charlotte Bellix and Ricky Field. I've probably said some of your names more than once. Sweet Serenity. Tuhida, Jeff, Arnold Sanders, Maggie Teal, Christoph G. Massey, Andrea Brown, Ken ATL, Betsy, Anita, Latoya, and Melody. If I've missed anybody, I really do apologise. There's quite a list to go through. Hello and welcome to Talk of the Crown, episode 26. The format is really, really simple. We talk about the British royal family. You can ask any question you want. You can have any discussion you want. It really is your chat, and it is led by you guys. So if we go off on a tangent, it's definitely down to you. Margaret says, hello, Book Princess. I'm drinking a cup of Lady Grey tea, which is basically Earl Grey made with green tea instead of black tea. Well, there you go. Book Princess says, what do you think? Shall we try to organise a special Christmas gift for me? I've just seen your plan. Oh, I spoiled your scheme. But thank you so much anyway. Cindy is drinking a morning blend of tea. Cindy says, I was devoted to coffee and Starbucks many years, and then I tried tea. I used to drink tea when I was a teenager, and that was long ago. Did anyone purchase the cookbook? Yes, Rodney, I have. Have you? Let me know. Book Princess says you ordered it, but it isn't available in Germany. Oh no, tragedy. I'm sure it will be at some point. Susan G ordered 4 copies. My goodness, are you going to give them as gifts? Vicky P says, did you guys see Meghan give a 8th grade graduation speech? It's all over the internet now. Yes, her graduation speech, or rather her speech, her 3-minute unaided speech at the Together Our Community Cookbook launch for the Hub, which is the kind of unofficial Grenfell cookbook. She gave a speech at the launch, and it was watched by Harry and Doria, who looked on very, very proudly. And of course, I did do an entire separate chat on this, but we'll talk about it again. So yes, she read completely unaided. There was no script that we could see, no cards, no notes. She definitely either memorized it, which of course is her acting skills definitely coming into their own and being useful there. But I definitely don't think she was acting. I think it was really, really genuine. It was really honest. It was definitely speaking from the heart. And it was passionate, which was really, really lovely to see. And I think, she was making a point. I think she was proving a point. Hey, I may be new to this, but I can do it better than you all, kind of. Because she did. She was so good. She looked like the pro. Didn't she look like such a pro? I definitely think so. I mean, you could see Harry kind of looking on so proudly, and Doria, of course. And I think he must have been thinking, wow, I made the right choice, because she's taken to it like a duck to water. She really is an oven-ready royal. She just, out of the oven she popped, and she was ready-made. All the skills that she'd had from previous jobs, from her previous acting career, all kind of come together with her own honest, down-to-earth passion and enthusiasm and heart, and it all came together in this wonderful almost 3-minute speech that just seemed so natural. And I think it was based heavily on the foreword which she'd written for the book. Of course, the book isn't her recipes, it's the Grenfell community hub kitchen chefs and cooks that have made those delicious, well, it looked delicious. Certainly Prince Harry stole the samosa, so it must be delicious. All those different foods and recipes. She didn't actually make them. She did go along and help cook and prepare some of the food. Since January, she's been doing that. She's been attending kind of, below the radar, and none of us knew anything about it. But she did write the foreword, and it was her idea to turn it into a cookbook to raise money so that instead of being open, what was it, two days a week or 3 days a week, they could now be open 7 days a week because they sold their 50,000 target. It's already sold out on pre-orders alone. There were some copies that went available to all good bookstores as well. I did see one myself in a shop, but they sold out, and I'm sure they will be issuing another print run because it was immensely successful. Oh, I have a super chat donation. Let's have a look. From Paulette Rosier, was that Rosier? Rosier, who has donated $10 to my channel. Thank you so much. It's kind of like tips, and I will most definitely put that towards something for the channel, whether it be a video or a trip or something that I can use for the channel. So thank you so much. I'm going to give you a big yellow happy fan flap. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate any kind donations. Vicky P says, thought she did an amazing job. What a natural public speaker she was. She definitely wiped the floor with so many, seasoned royals, shall we say. Vicky P says, Catherine was at a wedding looking so beautiful. Did anyone see the pictures? I didn't see the pictures. Was that today? I admit I've been out today, so I haven't seen a lot of news. But I'll definitely be going to look for them now. Cindy says, I hate how the press compared Kate's first public speech to Meghan's yesterday. I think it is a very unfair comparison because, of course, Catherine was a lot younger when she came to the role. She hadn't had any of the sort of background that Meghan has got. I mean, Meghan has certainly got, I speak about being an oven-ready royal because of her background, being an actress, having, being highly educated. Like, I mean, I'm not saying Catherine's not highly educated, but Meghan's educated with the acting background, with the independent charity work background. It all kinds of comes together and gels. And, that's what I mean by oven ready royal. She was there ready. Catherine didn't have that. So it is a very unfair comparison to make, I think. And I certainly won't be making that comparison. Vicky P says, Cindy, I hate that they keep doing that. I think we all do. But Princess, I totally agree. The two women are very unique in their own way. I agree totally. And yes, Catherine does do just a fine job, as does Meghan. Charlotte says, having cake and a hot cup of lemon and honey tea. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. And I hope you're all enjoying your drinks and snacks. Kathy G says, hello, everyone. Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the house. Ordered my cookbook. His Royal Highness did a wonderful job at the launch, or rather her Royal Highness. Can't wait to see her on Tuesday at her first Royal Solo event. Yes, that will be really good. And of course, that is the exhibition, I think, of Fiji and Tonga and all those sorts of places. Kind of like a pre-prep for the tour that she's going to have, which forms part of the Invictus tour, Australian tour in October. So she's going to learn a lot more about the culture, and there will be artifacts which include dead bodies, or rather human remains. I don't think it's actually a full body. I don't think so. But certainly artifacts which contain human remains. And it is open to the public, but also people who show their passport, if they're from Fiji, Tonga, all the countries which are represented in that exhibition, they can actually pray and make offerings, and that kind of thing may be going on. So if you go, I would say you may be lucky to catch some kind of offering or some kind of ritual going on, because that would be really interesting, I think, and would really give you a taste of how important those kind of artifacts are. So Meghan is going, of course, to learn all about that, to get a bit more background on the Commonwealth. Now that leads on to, I think, talking about talking about Queen of Our World, which is a new ITV television program broadcast in the UK. I do believe it's 2 parts, I think, and it's out on Tuesday at 9:15 in the UK, 9:15, that is, in the evening, and it's all about the Queen's involvement and the royal family's involvement with the Commonwealth, and that's the one where Meghan talks about her dress and how the veil represents all the countries of the Commonwealth. And of course, lots of royals are, I say interviewed, but they are, spoken to in that kind of capacity, and it looks really interesting. And we get some behind the scenes kind of footage of the Queen and the royal family, and Meghan talking about her dress. So definitely one to watch. How far am I from London? I'm about 4 hours, 3.5, 4 hours by train. Charlotte says, hope you all have a great afternoon. When the show goes live, I will not be able to chat. Oh no! But you can always watch on catch up. And yes, I did say about 3 hours by train. I would love to go on a trip to London too. Oh, by the way, trips to London. Jamie, our resident moderator, is actually in London today, and he's been sending me pictures of Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, so he's having a really amazing time. And I can tell you, he's my little roving reporter, and rather not so little, he's quite tall. But my roving reporter is out there, and he has confirmed for me that there is indeed work going on at the Kensington Palace Orangery. So we now know that the application that was put in to build offices under the Orangery must have been passed, because there's work going on. The Orangery, apparently, Jamie says, is actually shut. So work's going on, which means that the offices, which are in Diana's old apartment, once the new ones are completed, they are likely to move into there, which frees up Diana's apartments for, let me see, possibly a growing family. Could that be Harry and Meghan? I've always thought that that would be the case. There was never any official confirmation that they were going to get apartment 1 and that the Gloucesters were going to move out. I still think that is a complete nonsense. In fact, I'm going to call that as fake news. I've always called that as fake news. I think that was just a no-no. I just think that was routine renovation work that was going on to the roof of apartment 1 and the clock tower, which is adjacent to it. I do think Harry and Meghan will get Diana's old apartments once the Orangery work is completed, or at that point, maybe the Gloucesters could do a swap. Maybe they could go into Diana's apartments and Harry and Meghan could have apartment 1. That's my kind of new theory, but I still think that's a long shot. I don't think the time for apartment 1 is yet. I think they will get apartments 8 and 9, which is Diana's old apartments, once they are vacated of the office space. But watch this space, time will tell. But Jamie did confirm that work is underway on the Orangery, and he's been to the palace as well, which is lovely. And he tried on, I think it was some kind of vintage uniform, I do believe. I'm sure he'll update us all next week. So wishing Jamie the best. You thought I would be wearing kilts. Oh my goodness, I forgot something. Oh no. Okay, the one thing that I forgot. We said last week I was going to wear a tiara, and I put a poll out, and the tiara that won was Meghan's tiara, or rather Queen Mary's diamond bandeau tiara that Meghan wore for her wedding, and it's all the way in the other room. Let me know if you want me to run off and get it. It will be no less than 20 seconds. I will wear it, but I will disappear for that time. Let me know if you want me to wear it, and I will run off and get it. But I did completely forget when I was getting ready. Oh no. Hello to Betsy. Hello to Laura and Michael. By the way, if I'm missing people saying hello, do forgive me. I am kind of skim reading to try and get to some questions. Mary Brun says, I've always wondered, where do the Earl and Countess of Wessex live? Are they working royals? Yes, they are working royals, and they have a house in Windsor Great Park. And it was formerly, it's actually called Royal Lodge. It's a big kind of white building. So they live very, very close to the Queen. I think that's why they kind of almost have an exceptionally good relationship with the Queen. I'm not saying she doesn't with her other children, but they live really, really close. And of course, the Queen spends most weekends at Windsor when she's not at Balmoral or Sandringham. So they're very, very close, and they do kind of pop over for lunches and teas and all that kind of thing. So they are very, very close to the Queen. I think the fact that they reside at Royal Lodge has something to do with it. They also have a separate home as well, and it's kind of like a big sprawling mansion. So most royals have at least two houses, kind of one where they spend most of their time, and then kind of like a country type property. And Harry and Meghan will get theirs too at some point, but again, we don't know which one. At the moment, they are still renting somewhere in, I think it's Berkshire. Yes, it is classed as Berkshire, in the Cotswolds, which is near to Soho Farmhouse. Hello to Barbara Smith, and it's your first time here. Anita says, I'm confused. Well, let's see if we can sort you out about the hierarchy of British titles and how they work. Isn't being called a duke a step down from being a prince? No, not technically. In terms of the aristocracy, a duke is, well, it's definitely up there. Now, being a prince of the United Kingdom is definitely up there as well. And of course, being a Royal Highness Prince of the United Kingdom is high. But what you're forgetting is that when a royal prince gets a ducal title upon marriage, it goes in with it. It doesn't supplant it. It goes in with it. You don't lose your princely status. You're still a prince of the United Kingdom, but your formal title is what you're known as, what you're styled as is the Duke of whatever it might be. It kind of makes it a little bit easier, and it gives you what they call a titular designation. So it's the titular designation is of something, like of Clarence or of Sussex or of Cambridge or of Cornwall, and it kind of almost gives you a surname. It's not a surname, it's a title, but it's an honor, I suppose, as well, because obviously it's been bestowed on you by the Queen, unless of course it's a hereditary title. So yes, kind of like, a Duke of Norfolk, for example, doesn't outrank, I suppose, Prince Harry, but he does have his own title that comes with land. And because some of the really old ducal titles, or earls, or marquises, barons even, can come with land and huge tracts of land which generate money. But of course, the Cambridge title and the Sussex title don't come with any land attachment or any monetary value to it. It is just a title, rather than something that generates an income or that's land-based. You aren't necessarily a landlord unless they actually buy into something themselves, unless they buy their own land or buy their own property. Good morning to Margie Duke from Canberra, Australia. Lots of people saying they ordered theirs. Ken says princes are made dukes upon marriage, so their descendants will have titles when they lose the HRH. Yes, I would agree with that. I mean, they can obviously inherit the title. So, Prince Harry's eldest child will inherit the title. Now, if Prince Harry's eldest child is a female, I still don't know how they're quite going to. They haven't quite got that far yet. So let's just say Harry has a firstborn daughter. I don't think that she'll necessarily be known as the Duke of Sussex when she inherits. Maybe they'll make the Duchess of Sussex her title. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it because it's never actually happened. But I think certainly the firstborn daughter will still inherit that. I think that's how it works. I think they changed it for ducal titles as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell on that one. Running Late is looking forward to seeing Harry and Meghan this coming Monday. I think we all are. Mary says, I noticed you have the picture of the Queen hanging on the wall behind you. It looks great. Yes, I did. I put it up over there. And I think it looks rather good. What do you think? Where do we order the cookbook? I ordered mine from Amazon, but you can find it in all good bookstores. Cheryl says, Meghan's speech was from the heart. I think so too. And Maggie says she's a wonderful humanitarian. Well, yes, I mean, even before she met Prince Harry, she was doing humanitarian work in Africa. Wendy says, happy Saturday, Elliot. Meghan was wonderful. I think she was too. Running Late says, Harry was so giddy at the event. He was so happy. Susan G says, no, going to them all for myself. And since I don't cook, I guess I will just look at the pretty pictures. Okay, so yeah, just buy it, look at the pictures. It still helps the cause. And you get the amazing artwork because the photographs do look very well shot. What is the name of the cookbook? It is Together, Our Community Cookbook. Yeah, Together, Our Community Cookbook. Why did that slip my mind? I don't know. Scott Goff says, was such a nice surprise seeing Doria there. Yes, and of course, she wasn't there in an official capacity. I don't even think Harry was supposed to be there, but of course they both decided to turn up to support Meghan. And of course it proves that Doria is indeed in the country. I mean, I know I always say that I want to see proof, I want to see pictures or evidence that she's here, but yes, she is. We can categorically say she is definitely in the UK because we saw her with our own 2 eyes. What tie am I wearing? It is the Scottish saltire tie because obviously the Queen is still in Scotland. Vicky P says, Meghan did not use notes for her UN speech as well, if I remember correctly. I think she's excellent at speech delivery, I have to say. Cheryl says, that was hilarious seeing Prince Harry stealing the samosas. Well, he did. I think he was a bit peckish. They must have been really good to steal, I have to say. Or rather sneak. He snuck them. Professor X says, no, Meghan gave a speech when she was 14 years old, when she graduated from middle school. Maybe it's something she's always been talented at then. Latoya says, suggestion, when you get the cookbook, could you make some of the recipes to let us know how you like them? Oh, me and cooking. My Victoria sponge was a disaster. I am planning on making a new one, I have to say. But yes, if something looks within my range and scope, we shall see. Melody says, I'm so glad Meghan is doing well. I just don't listen to all the gossip videos. There are plenty of gossip videos. In fact, I saw one today that was even digging up, you know, poor Princess Diana's memory, trying to bring it into it. And by the way, that video had been laden with about 20 adverts. So obviously designed just to, you know, play on Princess Diana and people's feelings about Diana, just to make money. I thought it was rather disgusting, I have to say. So if you see a video with that kind of title, don't click on it because it is just literally trying to kind of con you into clicking it so that they can make money. So just avoid it like the plague, I have to say. Kathy G has donated $20 to the channel through Super Chat. Thank you so much. Again, I will most definitely put this towards something useful. Maybe into some ingredients for the cookbook. How about that? Ha! A big yellow fan flap for Kathy G. Thank you so much. Your donations, your kind donations really do help. By the way, I also have some packages, as I'm sure you've seen, to open, which I will most definitely get to. Running Late says, I wonder how much money was raised. I think the target was 50,000, and I think that was supposed to raise 250,000. So I think they've definitely smashed that on pre-orders alone. Sheila says, it comes from the heart. She has been involved since she was very young. It is nothing new to her. Her mother is beautiful and a relief from the Markles. Well, again, I spoke about that in my other chat. So I think we'll leave the Markles there. Where is my tiara? It's in the other room. I forgot it. Again, do you want me to wear it? Let me know. Chianti Kent. Oh, no. Mega says, Elliot, do you know how the Queen's health is? I heard she was on death. Oh, I heard that video too. It's fake. The Queen is not on her deathbed. That's probably another one of those videos that has about 20 adverts just designed. That's 10 minutes long. They're always 10 minutes long. With about 20 adverts just to literally get money off you. So avoid them like the plague. Oh, no. The Queen is in rude health. And when I say rude, I mean good. That's what we mean by good. And I'm sure we will be seeing her tomorrow. We'll see some pictures from church. So I'll make another Who's at Balmoral discussion video, and we can discuss who's at Balmoral with the Queen. Chianti Kent says, hi, Harry's behaviour of mischief brought back to mind how he behaved as a child. It was funny. He did look very naughty. He looked very scampy, which I think was lovely and endearing. We will forgive him. I bet the Smosers were lovely. Harry, if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed your kiss last week, by the way. But also, let us know how the Smosers are. Arnold Sanders says, do you think there will be a second run of the book? Yes, definitely. If the first run sold so well, I definitely think so. Cheryl saw the pictures of Catherine. I didn't. What was she wearing? I need to see. Latoya loved her speech. Donna says, hello, good looking. Ooh, hello, good looking to you too. Yes, I was thinking Meghan should hold a class for the royals for speech giving. She outshone all of them for speaking. She was very confident, and like I say, she exuded passion. It was very natural. She didn't stumble once. She was amazing. She really was. Maggie says, I think Catherine is so beautiful. Bola Tay says she got more exposure. Arta says, we love in Norway British royal family. We like the Norwegian royal family too. Running Late says, I hate how the press is always comparing Meghan and Kate, or rather Catherine. They are both beautiful and smart. I would agree. And some of the comparisons are just so, well, in fact, all the comparisons are just really unfair because they're both very different individuals with different backgrounds, and they both came to royal life at completely different ages as well. Arnold says, Meghan has travelled the world and spoken in several countries. Sheila says, you are right, they should stop comparing them, the media. And Cindy says, wow, 240 people are watching. Oh, 275 as I'm reading it now. So if you're watching, please give this video a big old thumbs up. It helps, it really does. Karen says, just arriving. So if you've already discussed it, sorry. But Prince Harry was so cute stealing that bit of food. We have discussed it. And I don't mind saying it again. He did look incredibly cheeky, which was really, really good. And he did just look like he did when he was little too. Margaret says, I haven't noticed the media comparing William and Harry the way they do to Catherine and Meghan. True, most definitely. Vinny says, the media is trying to stir up animosity between the two duchesses because I think the brothers know better. The princesses don't allow the media to tear the family apart. That is true. I think lessons were definitely learned from the whole Diana period. I think lessons have definitely been learned, and it's taken this long for everything to filter through and where we are actually seeing and feeling those lessons that were learned, because the approach to the new royal wives, the new royal duchesses, has been completely different to how Diana was treated back in her day. And like I say, I think it's, it took all these years to filter through, but we are now seeing that totally. Cynthia says, I'm looking forward to seeing the four royals doing events together, the Fab Four. Aren't we all? And of course, Meghan, of course, is now part of the Royal Foundation. Christine says, glad to be here with all my royal watching friends. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yellow fan flap. Woohoo! Happy birthday to you. Mwah! Vinnie Blair says they also tried to stir up stuff between Catherine and the York Princesses and between Andrew and Charles. Well, you won't find that on my channel, I have to say. Lots of people saying happy birthday to Christine. Mary says, I think it was cute when Harry grabbed Meghan's hair as the wind was blowing. It was everywhere. Then he rested his hand on her shoulder. He did. He smoothed down that hair. He definitely got her back, or rather her hair. Book Princess says, County Kent, did you see him catching some food for going home? He did. Margie says, with Meghan's training in theatre arts, she would have had years of training to improve and ad-libbing. She would have had dot points to talk on and gone from there. Hence, it was so natural. I can kind of agree with that, I think. Latoya says, I'm really enjoying all the royals. They are working more now than ever, and they seem to be enjoying themselves while working. Well, I think one of the things is they've always worked this hard. But I think when you watch a channel like mine that kind of highlights all the royals and what they do, it becomes apparent how much they do. And believe me, I still don't have time to put out everything they do. I'm still choosing things that I don't put in because I haven't got time. So the royals have always worked hard, but like I say, you know, lots of channels just concentrate on Harry and Meghan, that kind of thing. This channel, my channel, I try and include everybody, even the royals that don't necessarily get the most views. If they're doing a worthwhile cause and it's a charity that needs highlighting, of course I will put out their work. Oh, we have another super chat donation from Kim Orr. Thank you so much, Kim, who says, love your channel and you keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Kim. A big fan flap to you, a happy news fan flap. Thank you so much. With all the money that I've got, I'm going to buy something for the channel. Let me know what you think I should buy. I think we're up to we're up to $50. So we've kind of got $50 worth. Let me know what you think I should put that towards. Or maybe I could buy something off the wish list. I'll take a look. But if you can come up with some good ideas, what you'd like to see me open, I could perhaps spend that money on that. Or I could put it towards a trip. If you want me to go on a trip and be a roving reporter like Jamie. Oh, by the way, Jamie couldn't get any footage from inside the palace. Oh no, they wouldn't allow filming. He got a few sneaky little pictures, but he couldn't film. So it's terrible. So even if I do go to the palace or something, there may be things that you can't film. I think there are some areas where you can film and take photos, but in general, you aren't allowed to take photos inside things, which I think is a little bit of an outdated way of thinking, because just because, well, let me know in the comment section if you saw a video of inside Buckingham Palace or like one of the exhibitions, would that make you not want to go because you've seen a video of it? Or, as my theory says, would that make you actually want to go and see it in person? Because it's one thing to see a video or a photograph of something, but it's completely different to see it yourself with your own two eyes. I mean, how many times have people, for example, seen photographs of the Grand Canyon? I mean, I've seen photographs of the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam, or, you know, that kind of thing. Does that mean that I wouldn't go and see it if I was in the area for real? No, I think it's really an outdated way of thinking. In fact, I think the more people take pictures and make videos of this kind of thing, the more it publicizes it and the more it makes people want to go and visit. Let me know your thoughts, but that's my thoughts on it anyway. Okay, I'm going to go down a few questions because I feel like I'm a little bit behind today. June says, please don't forget she is an actress. This is her role of a lifetime. Let's hope she can sustain. I think she can sustain. Sheila says, they make the comparisons, hoping to create disunity, but these are well-educated women who are smart enough and confident enough not to even read the nonsense. I agree. And I think, you know, Catherine has shown great support to Meghan all the way through from when Meghan was dating Prince Harry. I mean, Meghan's always said that Catherine was, you know, a tower of strength and really, really supportive. Vinny Blair says, what is the title of Meghan's 8th grade grad video? Is it on YouTube? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Maybe someone can tell us. MZV says, I'm so glad she's able to express her creativity through food. Yes. Again, that's one of her passion things, isn't it? I mean, I never got to really see the TIG before it was taken down. And that's one thing that I think I regret not taking a look at it properly, because I think there was a lot. Oh, I think we've gone a bit blurry. Focus. Let's see if I can focus this camera. Okay. Am I in focus? Let's step away. Let's see if I can focus. I think, oh, is that better? Okay, focus. That'll have to do. Yes, I would like to have read the TIG, because I think one of her passion things that she had on there was food and cooking. So I think it's really great that she's utilising her skills in the way that she has. Catherine says, hi, Elliot. Harry was so happy and proud. You ordered 3 cookbooks and Doria looked beautiful and proud of the Duchess. Yes, well, like I say, I put one on my wish list and I think it's disappeared. So I think I have one winging its way to me. But I also ordered one off Amazon too. So I should have 2 copies, because once I heard that it sold out, I was like, right, I need, well, it was almost selling out. I thought I need to buy one. So I should have 2. And I'm not decided. I think with the one maybe that I've bought, once it gets here, I may give that as a present to a family member. I mean, my dad cooks, so I'm thinking maybe a Christmas present. it should be pretty good. And he cooks better than me, so definitely I can be sampling some of the delights. Shanti Kent says, please give a thumbs up. Yes, please do. Please give me a thumbs up. All 271 of you, please do. Cheryl thinks it's all coming from Meghan's heart. I would agree, but I think her skills. And when I talk about, I'm not saying she is acting. I'm saying she's using the skills that she acquired from her previous career. I would like to clarify that before anyone hates. Christine says, yes, I can't wait for that new documentary on the Queen. Sharon's purchased 2 books. Could Meghan and Harry move into the Orangery? No, the Orangery is normally used as a restaurant where paying members of the public can go and have some food and drink. So the offices are going to be in like a basement extension underneath. Pam Johnson Gray says, from New Zealand, is there any truth to stories about Meghan being pregnant? I don't think so. I think there is going to be constant gossip about her being pregnant until she is pregnant. So I don't think so, because she's visiting Fiji, which I think has a slight Zika risk. So I don't think she'll fall pregnant before then. Cheryl says, who is that lady that said Harry's friends have a problem with Meghan? I don't know. Lots of people saying, yes, go get the tiara. I'm sorry, I've only literally just got to all those messages. And yes, the Yorks are at the Royal Large. Okay, so people want me to go and get the tiara. So I'm going to run off and get it. So bear with me. What can I put to entertain you while I'm gone? I can't. So I'm just going to run off and get the tiara. I'll be back in a second. Let's hope this focuses. Focus. I'm back. Okay. It was a long run down the house. Okay. I have the tiara. It's in its little bag. Okay, so it did actually come, if you saw the video, in a little purple velvet bag, which is delightful, I have to say. Is this camera all blurry? It seems like it's blurry. I'm just going to pick it up and see if it'll focus better. Hang on. Sometimes moving it can help. Is that better? I think that's better. Okay, let's open the tiara. Ta-da! Oh, it's so sparkly and gorgeous. Look at it. And I did add the Velcro at the back to kind of, because it's quite a weighty, this is quite a weighty piece, I have to say. And it's very, very sparkly and lovely. Oh, and it's a really, really good replica as well, I have to say. So let's put it on. Okay. Obviously, I have my hair sticking up. Let's put the Velcro in place. Ah, there we go. What do we think? Ah, look at the shine. Oh, marvel at it. Ah, maybe this could be my thumbnail. There we go. I've made my thumbnail. Oh, timestamp it so I can find it. Okay, right. I'm going to skip down to the comments to see what you're all saying. Okay, people say, running late says, Elliot, you look great. The tiara is definitely you. Rodney says, lovely. Margaret says, thank you for the info. Brenda says, lovely. Brooke Princess says, please wear it like the Art Deco. Oh, you mean like down there? Maybe I'll move it at the end, but it'll wreck my hair if I move it too early. Christine says, blinded by a tiara. Carolyn says, oops, meant no wonder the 2 dukes have suspicion of them. Vicky P says, lovely, just perfection. Tracy loves the tiara. Laura says, beautiful. Stephanie says, you're gorgeous. Thank you so much. Jay Har says, I think I've missed a whole load here because I've skipped down. There's lots of things going on that I don't know about yet. Joanne says, love the tiara. Marie D says, oh, Elliot, you are hilarious. Love it, thank you. Vinny Blair says, not all dukedoms are royal, some are regular dukedoms. That is true. Do I think Harry and Meghan will move into a bigger apartment? Yes, but I think it will be Diana's old one. Lots of people saying they love it and it looks marvellous. Thank you so much. By the way, I have literally skipped down to the very bottom of the chat. So if I've missed any of your comments, I will skip back up slightly. If I've missed any of your comments, please say it again. Okay, I think I'm back up to where I was before. And yes, the engagement of Lady Gabriella Windsor has happened as well. So Lady Gabriella Windsor, which is the daughter of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, is going to get married too. Ken says, if Harry was not a duke, the now Duchess would be Princess Henry. Yes, if Harry hadn't been given a dukedom, Meghan would be known as Her Royal Highness, the Princess Henry. And I do believe it would be of Wales still, because technically he would still be a Prince of Wales, not the Prince of Wales, a Prince of Wales. So yes, she would be a Royal Highness, the Princess Henry. Very much in the same way that the Princess Michael of Kent is the Princess Michael of Kent, because he did not receive a dukedom upon marriage. Do I know if Prince William wears contacts? You've seen him wearing glasses and not sunglasses on a video. We don't know if he does. I've seen him wearing glasses. I presume that if he's wearing glasses on some occasions, maybe he only needs glasses for things like close work or driving. So if he had contacts in, he wouldn't be taking his glasses on and off. He'd presumably just wear contacts. So I don't think so, but you know, who knows? He may have both. Mrs. VSN9 says we need a fill-in moderator when Jamie's off duty. Perhaps we do. Kendall Jennings says huge tracts of land. Yes, some people have huge tracts of land, vast tracts of land. Do I know anything about the supposed feud between Prince Philip and Sarah Ferguson? Rumours around saying he will not go to the wedding because Sarah will be there. Oh, fake. I mean, I don't think they are necessarily, you know, I don't think they're on bad terms. And of course, Sarah has been invited up to Balmoral when he's been there. Now, I don't believe she stayed in the main house, but she has stayed on the estate. So if he had such an objection, I very much doubt that she would do that. I wouldn't say that they're bosom buddies, but there is nothing to suggest that he doesn't like her. Again, I think it's all just made up scandal and people trying to cause trouble raising. Stop the trouble raising. James Medford says, are the dukedoms of York, Cornwall and Cambridge prestigious? Because it's a whole city it represents. The only ones I think that are really prestigious is the dukedom of Cornwall and Lancaster. Now, of course, the Queen is always, or the monarch is always the Duke of Lancaster, and the heir to the throne is always the Duke of Cornwall. I mean, they're the really ones, but there are some really older ones like Northumberland and that kind of thing, and the Duke of Westminster. And those are the ones that are attached to, like I say, these huge tracts of land. And those are the ones I think that are most lucrative. So they're the ones that people probably would like to have, but of course they're inherited, so they can't. And if nobody can inherit them, they revert back to the crown. Which is kind of like what Tooth Fairies just said. The Sussex's title will disappear if there are no male heirs are produced. Well, like I say, the rules have changed in terms of inheriting the throne from the monarch. So if the Sussexes had a daughter, I think there could be provision for the daughter to inherit the dukedom. And I think she would be not known as a duke. I think she'd be known as a duchess. But like I say, that hasn't happened. They haven't got there yet. So we shall have to wait and see. Will Harry and Meghan remain Duke and Duchess when William becomes king? Yes. Vinnie Blair says that means that Beatrice would be the Duchess of York. No, because the changes weren't brought in until obviously after her birth, so it wouldn't affect Beatrice and Eugenie. It would only affect people from George downwards, because that's when the rules were changed. Because obviously, if Charlotte had been born first, the rules were changed that it would be Charlotte that would inherit. So I think we are on a path to equality, but I don't think it's been set out in stone yet. But I think if it came to it, if it got there, I think they would definitely have to address it. And I think the simple answer would be that the female would inherit the title and be known as the Duchess of, and the Duchess of being the principal title to the dukedom. There you go. Mrs. Crown G is still waiting for her book. Oh no. Ken says the title disappears with no male heir unless the law has changed. Michael D says, hello, Elliot. Be on the lookout for an item from your wish list coming your way. Love the show. Oh, thank you. And by the way, I do have some things here, so maybe it's here. I just haven't literally got to the point of opening any yet. Kim thinks the picture looks crooked. It probably has flopped. June says, yes, Fergie was in a hotel room selling access to Prince Andrew. That was a while ago, yes. And yes, I agree. The price of the cookbook is indeed very reasonable. Vinnie Blair thinks Lady Louise will one day be Duchess of Edinburgh. Again, she wasn't born before these changes were made. So I don't know. Like I say, things would have to be officially changed, but I can see it happening. Mrs. VSNCO9 loved the video of Harry getting caught stealing the samosas. And Meghan's favourite recipe from the book is indeed avocado dip. Oh yes, of course. Not Lady Louise. We forgot about James Viscount 7. Oh, how can we forget James? He will be the next Duke of Edinburgh. After Edward. Edward will be the next one. Then James. Yes, the Earl of Wessex, Prince Edward, will be the next Duke of Edinburgh. That has been mooted for him for a very long time. And of course, James Viscount 7 will inherit after him. I'm just trying to get down some of the comments because I feel like I'm quite behind tonight. Andrea Brown says, is there any truth to the story that the Queen was nearly knocked down the stairs when one of her ladies in waiting fell down the stairs? I don't think so. I haven't heard this story. Is it one from a very long time ago? But I certainly haven't heard one from recent times. And I don't think... I haven't heard of it anyway. Running Late says, another fake report that the Queen has confirmed Meghan is fake. Lots of fake going around. Rhonda Blair is late, don't worry. What brooch am I wearing? It's a royal... It's my version of a royal family order. Can you see? Probably can't see because the light's too bright, but it's a little royal family order with a box bow by Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. What tea am I drinking? Oh, good reminder because I haven't drunk any yet. It's my my Earl Grey, no, my Twinings bergamot tea. Which is very refreshing for a chat, I have to say. Ring Late says Meghan is fluent in Spanish. I didn't know she was fluent in Spanish. Again, we haven't heard any more about Eugenie's wedding being televised. I don't think it will personally. I think we will only get the audio to the crowd. So maybe if we're lucky, we might get the audio, which we didn't get for Zara's wedding. So at least that would be one step up. Rose Ring says, what about His Royal Highness confirming Meghan is fake? What do they mean by fake? Do they mean like another Meghan at all? Oh, you mean the fake Meghan with the dog poo? Yes, that was a fake Meghan. I'm not quite sure what you mean about the fake Meghan. Let's have a look. I'm trying to get down the question slightly. Arnold says, there is a difference though, Elliot. You are about the only one that does what you do. Yes, I think I'm still the only channel that does what I do and how I do it as well. Oh, packages, people are saying. Open the packages. Vinny Blair says, the media stories are about Catherine not speaking in the video of the Queen of the World is a spiteful and ugly piece of media work. I hope she's enjoying her family and not paying any attention to the media. Karen's confirming what I said. I stood in front of Kensington Palace and my daughter took my picture. A police officer told us not to take pictures. It might have been outside an area that was kind of close to the royal quarters or some kind of royal apartment, maybe. Mary Braun says, save up and go to London. That's 50 in US dollars. What's that in pounds? Oh, it's probably about £35. So probably half a train ticket, maybe. Joanne Corn says, yes, it definitely makes me want to go see Buckingham Palace. Yes, I definitely want to go to Scotland too. And yes, no pictures indoors. Rhonda says, if I saw a video, it would whet my appetite to see more for myself. Sonia says you could use today's donations to go see Prince Charles's artwork if that is still on. It is still on because Jamie went to see it. Soliarda says, I think the no flash photography is to protect things like artwork because it can be damaging, I believe. CMAC wants me to make one of the dishes from the cookbook. Grace Fraser says, so glad to catch you live. What a treat. Love the picture of the Queen. Would like to see the tiara being in use where it could be appreciated by so many of us. Hello to Derek, and it's his first time here in chat. Kendall says, yes, light is one of the most damaging things to art. Betsy says they allow cameras everywhere at the Met Museum now in New York City. Christine saw a video on Highgrove. I do too, and the garden looks amazing. I would love to visit. Tracy says the TIG was awesome. Lots of actual useful information. Like I say, I really wish, I regret not having taken a good look at it. Vicky P says, Joyce, I understand, but he lost me with the fake paparazzi pictures a long time ago. In my humble opinion, he wants to be in the spotlight for some reason, but I do wish him well. I think you're talking about Thomas Markle. Mrs. BSN ordered the cookbook from Amazon too. Carolyn says, your views and news is wonderful. The yellow press has never learned a thing, and no wonder the Duke of Cambridge and Sussex just ordered the cookbook and have bought two. Lawrence says, have you written in to ask if you could have a copy of the book for the channel? No, but I bought one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's go down. I'm just going down. Oh, 268 watching. In fact, I think there's 290 something now. If you are watching, please give me a big old thumbs up. Any plans for the channel at Halloween? Yes, I am doing a Halloween special, and I have part of my costume already here. And I gave you a little sneak peek of part of my costume because when I opened the opera glasses, was it last week or the week before? That is part of my costume. I'm curious. So you'll have to wait and see. So I will be dressing up. So I want you all to dress up too. Running Late says, you look great in the tiara. It's definitely me. Thank you. Christine's blindly by the tiara. I think I'm back down to where I was when I skipped all the way down to the bottom. Arnold says she had over 2 million followers on the TIG. Oh, I didn't see it. Margaret says, dearest Elliot, please lean into the camera so we can see the tiara. There. Isn't it gorgeous? I usually do have. I do need. I do need a moderator call. Andrea, we'll have to just make do. Just make do with the no moderator for this week. Andrea Brown says, Elliot, is there any truth to the story that the Queen was nearly knocked downstairs? Again, I don't know. I'll have to check that one out. Vinny Blair says the wedding will be posted on YouTube, maybe the same day or next day. All the other weddings are there. I don't think it'll be recorded inside. I think we'll see the comings and goings. I think the media will show the clips of the guests arriving and leaving and the short carriage procession as well. But I don't think there's any truth in the BBC having turned it down. They would never turn that down, ever. And they are not worried about low viewing figures at all, because a royal wedding of any kind gets high viewing figures. And they know this because of the coverage from Zara's wedding. And they know how many people tuned in just to watch the arrivals and departures. So they know that it's not going to be a low interest occasion. So especially with the fact that 100,000 people applied to go to the actual wedding itself. So they know, so that's fake. It was never offered to the BBC. I can almost certainly, say that. And as for ITV picking it up, of course they would in a heartbeat, but it's not up for offer, so they aren't going to. And these things would have been planned well in advance. So I think the likelihood is that we are not going to see it televised. We may get an audio. Like I say, there is an audio being streamed to the guests outside, not a visual, an audio. So if we're lucky, we may get an audio stream, but that's about it. And of course, the arrivals and departures and the carriage ride. Unless, of course, they completely surprise us at the last minute, but I don't think so. Derek says, hi, an American expat living in Innsbruck in Austria. First time watching live. I love your channel and your honesty. Thank you so much. Rhonda says, will Sarah be getting any more engagements? And why was she included in the engagement that the Duchess of Wessex attended as well? Because she's also involved in that charity. So there were lots of celebrities and people involved in that charity. So it wasn't just Sophie's event. She was there on behalf of the royal family, and Sarah was there in her own capacity. Just so happened they were at the same event together at the same time. Barbara's come in late and thinks she's missed all the excitement. There's still lots of excitement going on. Mrs. VSN says, I watched Zara's arrival as well as other members of the royal family for Zara's wedding on YouTube. Deborah says, love your tiaras, love your weekly vlogs, please keep them up. Okay, and I'm working on this week's weekly vlog too. So that will be posted probably early evening on Sunday, British time. Prosita Charles, hello to you. Says, hello, my darling Elliot. You are my Saturday munch fun time day. You're here munching on chocolate-covered almonds. Ooh, how lovely. I like the sound of those. Vicky P says, was Autumn Phillips' wedding televised? I don't think so, no. No, it wasn't. I can't remember it, so no. Vinny Blair says, I have seen Zara's wedding on YouTube. I distinctly remember her father walking it down. No, you did not. It is not on YouTube. It's definitely not on YouTube. It was not televised anywhere. Definitely not. And I don't think she did wedding photos for Hello. Did you do wedding photos for Hello magazine? Okay, if someone can find me this video on YouTube of her walking down the aisle, please send it to me, because I have definitely never, ever seen a video of her walking down an aisle. So I'm a little bit confused on that one. So if you can find it, please send it me, somebody. Cindy says, Zara with Lena did cute commercial for a stroller pram. She did indeed. And yes, I have seen it. And it does look really, really good, I have to say. Joy says, only 32 likes out of 278 here. Please hit the like for this video. Yes, if you're watching this video, it takes about a second. Just hit the thumbs up. Gray says, Elliot, your tiara makes me want to get one and wear it around the house. It's perfect for doing the washing up in. Or even in the bath. Definitely, it's a bath tiara. Margie Duke says, why do only some places get titles named after them? Example, Cambridge and Sussex. Well, it all goes back way, way, way in time to when a particular portion of land had a landowner, like a big, massive landowner. And they were given titles like Baron, Duke, Marquis, Earl, all the way up to the top. And they were often bestowed by the crown. So if you were in favour, you may get a title, and that may come with land, of which then you would, for example, own the farming rights over, and you'd rent out the parcels of land to different farmers and collect the revenue. It could include whole towns or cities, but it just basically goes back a long, long time in history. Oh, Carolyn says the Queen falling just happened, and she broke her ankle and missed the Queen by inches. I've not heard of that, so I will comment on that once I've read more about it. Cindy says the lady of the bedchamber almost took the Queen down in a fall at Balmoral. I've not heard that, so I will definitely be investigating that. Pam G is trying to catch up. I think I've been trying to catch up all night, actually. Will I go live and film the wedding arrivals live as they happen? I might do a reaction to it, actually. Depending on what channel it's shown on as well, I may do a reaction video of me watching it, which I think is perfectly fine to do. Okay, Sheila says, we don't worship the royal family, we honour them for who they are, their steadfastness and their service to the UK and the Commonwealth of Nations. And I think you just about said it really, really well there. Where did I order the lovely tiara? I found, well, it's on Amazon. It was a gift to the channel, and it's on Amazon. And there are two versions. There's a really cheap version, and there's a more expensive version. And this is it. So just type in Meghan Markle tiara in Amazon, and it should come up. There's two. There's a cheap one and a more expensive one. This is the more expensive one, and I think it's worth it. Because look at the shine, it's gorgeous. Carol Goddard says you're looking very royal today. Thank you so much. It must be the Meghan Markle tiara, or rather, should it be renamed the Duchess of Sussex tiara? I don't know, because of course it originated being Queen Mary's diamond bandeau tiara, but I think the Sussex tiara sounds even better. And it is quite heavy, so I can only imagine what the real one with real diamonds in, what the weight of it is, because it is definitely heavy. Rhonda says, I look forward to watching you make different dishes live from the Together cookbook. Jennifer says, hi from California. I hope Meghan does more cookbooks in the future for charity. Can I open a package? Yes, I will. Beverly thinks that Eugenie is competing with Harry and Meghan as far as the wedding. I don't think she is. I think she's just having the wedding that she wants. And let's not forget, she may have had to put off her wedding to make way for Harry and Meghan in the first place. Caroline says, yes, it's from a reliable posting. The lady in waiting fell, broke her ankle, and missed the Queen by inches. Oh no! It sounds like they were either going up or down the stairs. The Queen with her lady in waiting. The lady in waiting sounds like she fell, and obviously may have been really, really close to the Queen when she did so. That's what it sounds like to me. But of course, I will check it out as soon as I go off air. Lots of people saying they hit the like when the live chat actually finishes. Yes, there is a video of Edward and Sophie's wedding, because I remember watching that one live back in 1999. I do believe it was now. Oh my god, all those years ago. But I don't remember seeing Zara's wedding. Most definitely is not been televised to my knowledge. Edward and Sophie's, yes, because I remember seeing it. I watched it live. But Zara's, I don't think so. Jojo says, for a second I thought I was looking at our beautiful Duchess of Sussex wearing her stunning tiara. No, I have to say it is just me. Just me rocking this little old tiara here. And yes, let's hope the lady in the bedchamber is not hurt. Wishing her the best of health. And yes, the cookbook proceeds go to the kitchen for to keep it open 7 days a week. Carolyn says, Elliot, the only thing on YouTube of Zara's wedding, as I said, is the arrival and departures. I am positive that is all that was filmed. It was the arrivals and the departures. There may have been some photographs of when she had her wedding reception on Royal Yacht Britannia. I think there was that. No, I think she had a pre-party. She had a pre-party, didn't she? If I remember correctly, on Royal Yacht Britannia. There may have been some slight footage, some grainy footage from that. There's certainly some photographs of that, but as far as I'm aware, there is no internal shots or anything of the wedding, to my knowledge. Vinny Blair says, I distinctly remember studying the interaction between Anne and Captain Phillips. There was none. Drawing the family photos outside, he walked her inside the church and maybe not. Yes, I think we definitely saw the arrivals. So we did see them coming out and down the steps, and we did see them going in, but we didn't see any further. We definitely didn't see in the church or see any of the ceremony. Seaside Mom says, what is the hub kitchen, please? I have not been in internet range recently. The hub kitchen was set up primarily, in fact, I think it was almost all by women who are involved with the Grenfell community to help kind of rebuild the community and give the community some hope. And of course, Grenfell was this really tall tower building in Kensington, which is not a million miles away from Kensington Palace itself. And it caught fire. And there is an ongoing inquiry, a public inquiry into that. So I'm not going to get into the politics of that and all the details, but suffice to say, this building caught fire, and it is, arguably the worst fire tragedy and loss of life that we've had in this country. So many people, innocent people, lost their lives, and it was horrendous. I mean, they were basically trapped in this building, and the footage of it, you can probably find it on YouTube, but the footage of it, nobody could have survived that. And there was a whole series of things went on. Like I say, it's under inquiry at the moment, an immense loss of life. And these women set about this hub kitchen to help support the community in trying to rebuild the community, and they cook for people. And it was only open, I think it was 2 days a week. And when Meghan visited back in January, which we didn't know about, she said, well, why are you open only 2 days a week? And they said, well, it's funds. We'd love to be open more, but we haven't got the funds. So Meghan said, why don't we do a cookbook? I'll write the foreword, we'll get a whole team involved, we'll make a cookbook, we'll sell it, we'll aim to sell 50,000 copies, which will raise £250,000, which then meant they could keep it open for 7 days a week. And yay, that's what's happened. I think they've totally met their target. Leslie says, I've just located Zara's wedding in 3 parts. It won't be 3 parts inside. It'll be the arrivals and departures, most likely, in 3 parts. I am going to open the presents. I'm just trying to get rid of the... Because if I don't read the chat, I will get even more behind, I have to say. Goodbye to Brooke Princess, who has to leave early. Betsy says, I am correct about Zara's wedding. It was not televised. It definitely wasn't televised, because I remember watching it at the time. And if it had been televised, I'd have watched it. Laura thinks all tiaras should go by their historical names. Harry can have a tiara made specially for Meghan. Then it would be known as Meghan's tiara or the Duchess of Sussex tiara. I kind of agree with you there, I have to say. Who is the photo behind me? It's the Queen. It's the Queen, of course. I opened it last week. How is Prince Philip doing? He was seen and he is fine. He was driving his Range Rover. So all is well with Prince Philip. And by the way, Catherine is due to be back off maternity leave in October. Seaside Mum says, you know about Grenfell Tower fire. Where are the survivors being housed, and if they are going to rebuild for them? I don't think they're going to rebuild that tower. As many people were housed locally as could be. Of course, you know, housing is in short supply, and I believe others were offered accommodation, you know, in neighbouring boroughs or even in different parts of the country, which I know were acceptable to some and not acceptable to others. The ones where it wasn't acceptable, I do believe they've been in temporary accommodation in hotel rooms and bedsits and that kind of thing. But of course, you know, they can't just, you know, magic up, you know, suitable housing. The loss of the tower, I mean, how many apartments were there in it? There was so many apartments in this building that, you know, that was, you know, not only was it a loss of life, and of course that is the only important thing, is the loss of life, but, you know, a secondary result of that is the loss of housing to the area, because all those people have had to be housed elsewhere. And I do believe that process is still ongoing. Vianua says, hi, you're at a party and your grandma is 98 years old today. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy 98 years young. You think I look dapper today? Just to say, we in the US love your royal review. Thank you so much. Elaine says, I didn't realise it was Meghan's idea. It is, and it was a really great idea. Hello to MSNB 2012. Yes, I finally got to the bottom of the chat. So, I'm going to open some parcels. Let's start with this one. What could it be? I pre-opened the package, but I've never peeked. I never do peek. So, ooh, the note. It says something jewellery, but it doesn't say who bought it. So if you bought me this, please make yourself known, and I will of course say thank you. Ooh, what's this? Look, it comes in like a little plastic container. Ooh, it's all stuck. I'm going to rip it. Hang on. With all my strength of opening. Oh, it's doubly wrapped. What is all this? It's all stuck. Oh no, I should have brought my scissors now. Okay, let's bust it out. Aha! Oh, intriguing. We have a little jewellery box. Oh, something just dropped out. Okay, what's this? What is this? Cotton wool and a bag. What is in the bag? Let's have a look. I should know because it's probably something off my wish list and I can't remember what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's a Balmoral Castle charm. Okay, look. Okay, it's a little charm in the shape of Balmoral, and I thought it'd be really good to go on a chain or something, or even a key ring. It's a little miniature. It's a miniature Balmoral. Look, can you see? I'll try and let it focus. It's a tiny weeny little Balmoral castle. It's got a little tiny hook, and I can hang it from something. So I was thinking it could even be like a button, or I could hang it from another piece of jewellery, and I can wear it. It's got on the back of it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to make that out, but it does say on the bottom of the castle, Balmoral Castle. Thank you so much to whoever got me this, because I will find a suitable way of using it. What an amazing little trinket. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep that safe over here. Shall we open something? Oh no, I'm going to read the comments on the castle first. Seaside Mum says, do you have a charm bracelet? I don't. Maybe I should start a new one. Maybe I should start a royal themed one. But I certainly have some sort of other jewellery it could maybe go on. Latoya is going off. You've been feeling ill this whole week. Oh no. I hope you get better soon, and you really need to rest. You can always watch the rest of it on catch up, and I hope you get better over the week. Christine says the charm is very cute. Oh, Jules says hang it on my Christmas tree. Good idea. I could do. In fact, there's loads of uses for it actually. Let's do another one. Now this one I haven't even pre-opened because it came just yesterday, and I thought I could open this one anyway. So, okay, I always look for notes first because I like to know who it's from. What is this? It's a Butler and Wilson. I think it's jewellery again. What a lovely little box. Look. There you go. It's a Butler and Wilson Union Jack box. Let's have a look. What on earth? I can't even remember what even this could be. Oh, okay, wow. I know what it is. I'll show you in the packet first. It's a Welsh sparkly pin. And of course I chose this because I can use it for any sort of Welsh engagement or Welsh occasion. Look. Wow, can you see it sparkle? It's the Welsh dragon in the Welsh flag. That's lovely. I love this. But I'm going to wear it now. Let's stick it on. Wow. I know nothing Welsh has happened recently, but that doesn't mean we can't wear it. Okay, I've probably got it on one key, but never mind. There we go. Wow, look. That's lovely. And of course, when anything happens that's Welsh, I've got something to wear. Whoever you are that got this, please make yourself known in the comment section. And of course, I will say thank you to you. So a big yellow fan flap for the 2 gifts so far. Thank you so much. Let's go and see what people are saying. People are saying, wow, it's lovely. Lily Lamour, I love the name, said I made it again. Elaine says, I love Butler and Wilson. Melody just ordered the cookbook. Rhonda really likes the Welsh pin. And Janet says, beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm going to open something else. Now this one I did pre-open. And I saw a hint of something while I was doing it. So but I don't know what it is. But I saw a hint of something. Again, I'm looking for any notes. It's tartan. Let me just check the notes. Oh, there's something. Hang on. Oh, there's a note. Okay. A gift note from Pam G. Thank you, Pam. It says, enjoy your gift from Pamela. Pam G, thank you. You're amazing. Fan flap. Woohoo! Thank you so much, Pam. Oh, no. Which tartan item is it? Oh, I think I know. Oh, it's the sash. It's a tartan sash. Okay, so I think it goes like this. I think I've seen the Queen in one similar at some point, and then it kind of goes like that, and then you pin it like that. So you've got a bit of a sash moment going on. So you pin it down here, a bit like that, and then that makes the sash. And then you've got it on, and then you can pin badges on it or whatever. Wow! Thank you so much, Pam. I'm going to leave this on for a bit, actually. Let's wear the sash for a bit. I know it's not pinned, but we'll leave it on. Thank you so much. And yes, a big fan flap for Pam. Will I be trying any of the recipes? I will try some of the recipes. I will try to make them. Pam G says, love the beautiful Regal pin. And Asma says, I hope everyone is having a great evening. I think we are. Let's try something else. Right. Okay, this, I've been feeling it and I have no idea. I really have no idea. Oh, you can't see this. No, you can't see this. It's part of my Halloween costume. You can't see it. No. Okay, I'm teasing you now. You can't see this. Wow, but you can see my reaction to it. Wow. Oh, cool. This is going to be so good. Wow, you're not even seeing that. I'm teasing you now because you're not seeing that. Wow, okay. Oh, is there a note though? Hang on. So I want to say thank you to the person if there is a note. I can't turn up the note. Okay. I'm trying to give a clue. Okay, I'm going to say Regency. All I'm going to say is Regency. If you got me something Regency, thank you so, so much. I'm going to give you a big fan flap. But I'm teasing the rest of you. You know who you are if you got this. Thank you so, so much. It is to do with my costume. There we go. But you're not seeing it. Pam G says, thanks for showing us how the scarf is worn. Well, actually, I mean, it could be worn like a scarf as well. I mean, you could literally, you could turn it into a scarf. You know, you could take it and you could wear it like a scarf. There's no reason why you couldn't wear it like a scarf. But its correct usage is a sash. And like I say, it goes over and under. So over and under, like this, and then you get a pin, like I say, and you pin it like that, and then that forms the sash, and you can have it however you want it. Margaret says, "Isn't that the Stuart tartan?" It is. It's the Royal Stuart tartan, and it's and actually you can pin it there as well to make it a bit thinner at the top, and then it goes down, and then that looks like. There you go. It looks good. I think we have something else tartan because it says the Scotland Kilt Company. What on earth could it be? Let's take a little look. Ooh, try and find the notes first. I always like notes. I can't fill notes yet. No, there's no notes. But again, if you got me this, thank you so much. Make yourself known. Oh, I know what it is. I know. It's the waistcoat. Okay, I'm going to have one live chat, maybe next week. Let me know if you want me to do it, where I wear everything tartan that I've got. So I've got the bow tie. I've got the waistcoat. Thank you. I've got the sash. I've got the hat. What else have I got that's tartan? But yeah, I've got almost everything. The kilt. I've got the kilt. So let me know if you want me to have a final kind of Scottish flurry before the Queen gets back. Well, the Queen isn't getting back to work till October, we don't think. Wow, look at that. Woohoo! That's amazing. Thank you so, so much. Look at the detail. It really is lovely. Thank you so, so much. Whoever you are, make yourself known. That is truly amazing. I love it. Thank you so, so much. I have the best fans. I mean, a lot of people say, even celebrities say they have the best fans. But no, I really, truly do. And I don't even think of you as fans. It's more friends. I really do think of you as friends. So I have the best out of everybody. Justin Bieber thinks he's got the best. Not a patch. Mine are the best. Thank you so, so much to everybody. Yvette says, yes, have a Scottish flurry. Elaine Binns says, everything tartan and Scottish flurry, please. I do have the kilt. I do have the kilt. And yes, there is a video. That's where I saw it of the Queen and the Queen Mother dancing with these, doing the jig where they go do 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 do. It's really, I can't do it, but it's really good. I want to learn how to do the Gillies Ball. I do believe it's called. Vinny Blair says you will need to make 2 outfits or 3 out of all your Scottish gear. Can't buy them all at once. And of course, I have them now for next year as well, so that I can definitely be all decked out, ready for Balmoral next year. Arnold says 170 likes. Woohoo! How many have we got watching? 200 and something. Heather Black says, yes, please wear it all. I most certainly will. I need a drink. And I quite like wearing a sash. Doesn't it look regal? What with my tiara and the sash? That's because it's not pinned. It should really be pinned, like I say. Maybe if I just kind of loosely tie it, maybe just kind of do that. There we go. That'll keep it in place. Look, doesn't it look regal? Oh, look, I feel like I'm at Balmoral in the Queen's sitting room. I feel like I've broken into the Queen's room and I've raided her tiara collection. I've put on her sash and I'm now lounging on her throne, and I'm like, this is just fabulous, darlings. With my fan as well. We can have a little moment going on where we relax like the Queen. How fabulous. Yes, if I was the Queen, that's most definitely what I'd be doing. Maria Carrion says, or rather, carry on. Yeah, you look nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Chiming in says, too cute. Oh, Dion says the pin was from Michael. Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Where's Michael? I can't see a Michael. Where's Michael? Is there a Michael? If it is from you, Michael, thank you, Michael. I can't see a Michael in the room. Jules Factor Jones says, I want the Welsh pin. I am half Welsh. Janet Baker says, strike a pose. Ring late says, so funny. Where is Michael? I've lost a Michael. Oh, Michael D. Thank you so much, Michael D. I still can't see your name. Where is it? Where have you gone? Did you have to leave? Oh no, you may have left before I had a chance to even see that you'd sent it. Sonia says, yes, way back up, you missed his comment. I did miss it. Oh no. Oh no, this chat room's so busy. Thank you so much, Michael, if you're watching on catch up. You get a big yellow fan flap. Thank you so much, Michael. I feel a bit like the Queen Mother, actually, at Balmoral. Melody says you should have a nice black wool coat to go with Scott. I do have a nice black wool coat. Maybe I'll bust it out next week. Tracy says it was Michael D. Burleson. Thank you so much, Michael. I need a corgi. Yes, I do. Jamie has corgi socks. He showed me. He sent me a picture. We went to the Palace shop and he bought a pair of delightful corgi socks. I'm well gel, as they say in the UK. Yes, fabulous. I can't wait to maybe track them down myself. I want a pair of corgi socks. Oh, the tea is very refreshing tonight, I have to say. Asma Hassan says, I have a question for anyone that can answer me, please. I don't want to offend anyone, but I just want to understand something. Go ahead. Emerson B2012 says, Elliot, have you given any thought about doing a giveaway of Meghan's cookbook? Maybe. I've got 2 copies coming. I don't know whether to... Well, I'll see what the recipes are like. I'm thinking maybe give one to a present to my dad for Christmas, because then he's a really good cook, so he can actually cook the stuff that's in it. Or I could do a giveaway. So I will see when it gets here, because I haven't looked at it all the way through. So we will have a look. Rhonda says, how is Molly? She is fine. No more blockages, and you'll know what I mean if you've watched my weekly vlogs. Anne Keenan says, you look amazing. Thank you. I think I need a new thumbnail now, actually. Now that I've got the sash on. I did a thumbnail earlier. I think I need a new one. So I'm gonna see if I can make a new I think I'm going to use the red fan because it looks really good. Okay, let's make a thumbnail. Okay, how are we going to do it? I need a regal pose. I'm trying to look regal. Okay, let's see if we can look regal. We need the Duchess slant. I'll have you know I'm doing the Duchess slant. Okay, there's the Duchess slant. How are we looking for a pose? There we go. I think I've got one in there somewhere. I'll do a freeze frame and then I'll choose one. What is pink gin? It's gin that's got some kind of pink stuff in it. I don't know. I'm not a big alcohol drinker, so I don't really know what pink gin is. I'd imagine it's got some kind of like berry in it, maybe, or maybe like a different kind of grape, a grape or something. Asmus says, when Prince Edward inherits the title of Duke of Edinburgh, will he outrank Prince Harry? No, he won't. A dukedom is a dukedom. A duke is a duke. A duke is a duke is a duke. So no, he won't. Johan Polonsky says, I'm waiting for mine to see if it'll be a good gift for vegan. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's got any vegan stuff in. Chiming in says perfection. There we go, darlings. Vicky P says, oh my. Joanne Corn says, go Elliot. Candice Bunting says, ha ha ha. Oh my, that's very funny. Maybe not with the mouth open though. Does the Queen go? I don't know. Janet Baker says, perfect. Pamela says, fab, you are so funny, thank you. Laurie Clark says, I'm worried Meghan's tiara is out of stock and I want to order one to wear as Rowena Ravenclaw of Halloween. Oh, Rowena's diadem. Oh, no, I got to tell you something. I have seen an actual Rowena Ravenclaw's diadem in a merchandise shop near me. Yeah, I've seen it. So they must do it elsewhere too. There is actually an official Ravenclaw diadem out there. So if you want the real one, or rather a replica of a real one, there is one out there. So try and find it because it is. I've seen it with my own two eyes. And yes, I do. I need a picture taken. Maybe I could get a picture. I don't know. I'll work something out. Linda P says the Scottish papers reported the Queen's Lady of the Bedchamber fell downstairs at Balmoral. Oh no, I'm wondering whether the bit got added about the Queen and that bit may be fake about her nearly hitting the Queen. Maybe it was just a story that the Queen's Lady of the Bedchamber fell down the stairs. Maybe that's what the true story is, but I need to look into it. Like I say, I haven't looked into it, so I don't know. Soil says, looked like Cleopatra on the first pose, the Egyptian sideway look. Oh, by the way, I do look a little bit like Tutankhamun, with the big beard. I have the eyebrows. Look, you get up a picture of his death mask, Tutankhamun's death mask, and we look remarkably similar. Check it out. I may be a pharaoh from a past life. Just saying. It's where I get my regal bearing. When are you going to try the haggis? When I've got time to cook all that food, well, open all that food. That parcel was huge. There must be about 30 things in it. It's immense. I may even have to do it in stages because there were so many things to try. Although I may decide to do it as a live chat. I'm still working out how to do that one. Oh yes, a gin and dubonnet. That's definitely. I need a gin and dubonnet in my hand while I'm lounging, don't I? Anne says, I was reading a book about Queen Elizabeth in school yesterday. Were you? Which book? Get my portrait painted. I would love to get my portrait painted. Joanne Corn says, that is a good question for me. Is that the one that I just answered, or have I missed a question? Carol says, just checked Amazon. Meghan's tiara is in stock. Yay! Get one. Running late says, Elliot must run. Great chat as usual. See you next week. Laura's off. Where do we send gifts? If you go to the link description of this chat, there is my Amazon wish list, and I think the PO box address. So if you want to buy anything off the wish list, it just automatically gets sent to me. If you buy something yourself and want to send it physically, the PO box address is probably the best option, I think. But you know what I would like to receive in my PO box address? I would like to get some letters. I'd love some correspondence. Just a letter would be lovely, actually. Linda B says, I read that Meghan and Harry went to George and Amal Clooney's home in Como. They did. George sent his private jet to fly them into Malpensa Airport. I believe they did have a private jet at least on the way there anyway. Anne says, it was a Who Was series. You would like them. Think about looking into them. I will have to check that out. Johan says, repeat your question. Oh, I don't think I've seen Asma's question. Where is it? I'm going to scroll back up. I don't think I can see it. I answered Asma's question about Prince Edward. I answered that one. Laurie Clark says, oh my goodness, I'll have to check Amazon again. Thank you so much. I'll also check Royal Reviewers. The Ravenclaw diadem. Do. Texan says, it would be great if you could be the Royal Reviewer on the Talk, the show in the US. I would love to do TV. There's a few shows in the UK I'd like to do too. I would love to be on Lorraine Kelly, which is kind of like a breakfast show in the UK. I'd love to do that. And of course, any American shows, I would fly over there in a heartbeat. But they've got to ask me. Joanne Corn says, question was, will Prince Andrew... Oh, I answered that one. And I said that, no, he wouldn't. A duke is a duke is a duke is a duke is a duke. They're the same rank. Will Meghan and Harry's children be titled Prince or Princess? No, they won't. Well, not yet, anyway. Unless the Queen changes things to allow all children of the heir to the throne's children, so all grandchildren of the heir to the throne, to be princes and princesses, they will not. They will be styled lord and ladies. However, this is where it gets interesting. As soon as Charles becomes king and Harry's father is the monarch, then his children will automatically be raised to the style of prince and princess, or whichever gender they have. So the answer is no, not to start with, but they will once Charles becomes king. That's basically how it works. Margaret says, I have a question that I've wondered about for a while and wondered if you could help me. What are the red poppies that they wear on their lapels for? It's for Poppy Day, and it's for Remembrance Sunday. So round about now, actually, in fact, I've seen them in the UK. They're selling little plastic poppies, or you can get pins of poppies, and you wear it on Remembrance Sunday, and it's to remember all of those who have lost their lives in the World Wars. So it raises money for the Poppy Fund, and that goes to lots of different charities. And of course, when you see the Queen outside the cenotaph and Catherine on the balcony, and we'll see Meghan this time, they're all wearing they're all wearing the poppies. The royals tend to wear clusters of poppies, or rather the royal women tend to wear clusters. The men just wear usually one of the simple, inexpensive plastic poppies. And they wear it in remembrance for Remembrance Sunday. And like I say, they always wear it on the cenotaph day when they go outside and stand outside the cenotaph, and the Queen lays a wreath. And last year it was the first time where Charles laid the wreath on behalf of the Queen, because the Queen stayed not on the tarmac because it was too much for her to stand for that length of time in the cold weather. Anne Keenan says you should do the Today Show. That is like the show. Oh, I'd love to do the Today Show. Jules says you will be fab on TV, better than Dan Wootton. He's also on our TV as well. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I think I'm going to leave it here for now. So I hope you've enjoyed today's chat. If you haven't already, please give me a big thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you enjoyed this video, and then YouTube pushes it out to more and more people. So more and more people get to see me and this fabulous tiara. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media. And I will be back next week, every Saturday at 10 o'clock GMT. That's British time. So I hope you've all had a fabulous week. I hope you all have a fabulous week coming up. I know it's going to be another really busy royal week. So from me, wearing a tiara in Shropshire. Good night.